everybody, and welcome to Gamers Without Borders. It is Tuesday, June 11th, 2013. This is TestZero, and with me today is the achievement whore, Johnny Chase.
A little bit more calm and collected as opposed to last night. We're ready to talk about Nintendo's Direct E3 press event. If you were able to actually watch the thing.
Yeah,
wow.
They had a lot of troubles with lag. They eventually managed to fix it, although I'm not sure if they managed to fix it or I just switched to 240p. Which meant that when they showed all their HD games, it didn't really matter that much.
That's the thing. I switched to 240p for their stream, and I was still getting monster lag. And I got a pretty decent internet connection, so I don't know what the hell's going on. I had to watch it on YouTube. You just
have to kind of assume that they have about 500,000 people trying to watch it at that point.
Actually, I think when I was able to try and get a little bit of glimpse when I saw the new Mario Kart, I think it was up to like 1.3 mil.
Yeah,
close to that.
And the new Mario Kart was right about the time that I finally managed to get through, which meant that we missed their reveal. Of course, we went back and watched it later. They started off with their reveal of Pokemon X and Y, which they introduced the new fairy type Pokemon, which is also working retroactively, and so Pokemon like Gardevoir and Jigglypuff are considered fairy type now. And they didn't really reveal all that much about Fairy other than the fact that it's going to be a new evolution, and it is super effective against dragon types.
For you Pokemon, what are they called? Are they called Pokemaniacs? I don't know. You Pokemon fans. What you gonna do when Pokemania runs wild on you, brother? I mean that's fine. I mean, to me. I actually just finished Heart Gold. Like, I just wanted to go back to some of the older Pokemon and kind of give them a chance.
Yeah,
and
the last Pokemon game I finished was Diamond. And before that, it was Pokemon Blue.
Yeah. Quite honestly, like, I know that everyone's like, it's 3D now, and we got new starter Pokemon. I'm just, for me, it's just the same. It's the same game over and over again. They're just throwing new animals. They're reworking animals and just throwing them out there. I mean, give us something, like, honestly, I was thinking about this today. Why not have a battle system born keen to the anime? Because if you remember the anime, when someone would call out an attack, like, Ash could tell, like, Pikachu to, like, counter it. Like, just jump out of the way.
Yeah, somebody brought up the concept to make it into, like, a fighting game. Like, maybe a 3D fighting game, and they just play as your different Pokemon and actually control them in the battle.
Yeah, and like you're
doing all kinds of different combats and shit.
Your face button could be like, Thunderbolt or Thundershock, and like if
you can have your 4 different attacks set to your 4 different face buttons, and then moving around, and then have like the shoulder buttons for like dodging and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that
would work really well.
They're just sticking to that old tried and true JRPG. Roll the dice. Whoever rolls higher gets to attack first, and if it's super effective or not effective. I mean, they got to change it up somehow, but, kids are eating up this.
As long as people still buy it, they're still going to be building it.
Yeah.
And, of course, that was one of the things about Nintendo. They seem to be really kind of playing it safe this year, but they did not have to try that hard to come in second place.
No. After what Microsoft did yesterday and over the weekend with the release of the Always Online and DRM, I'm not going to get into that again because I already went off on it on the last
episode.
I've got a video that's rendering as we speak that will be uploaded soon about that. But man, if we could just take a quick second to go from Nintendo, because I just found this before we went live. Everyone was so gung-ho about Killer Instinct. Like, oh my god, new Killer Instinct! Blah!
Well, they just say that we're going to do a recap after the episode, so you can save it until that.
I think I got to say this right now. They just announced. Okay. Sorry, they just announced now. Killer Instinct is not going to be a full retail game. It's a free-to-play game, and you only get one character. The rest you have to buy.
So they're just following the same methodology as like League of Legends, where you get your characters for free, but if you want to play a specific character, you have to buy it.
Wish Ozzy was here so he would get this wrestling analogy. It's like Microsoft took Triple H's shovel and is just continuing to dig the hole and burying this console.
Okay. Well, Nintendo also announced they had a lot of stuff. They had a lot of games to announce this year because they announced their console already, and they've been doing strong with it, fairly strong, I suppose. And so they had nothing but games really. They had Super Mario 3D World, which I mean, honestly, that came out of nowhere. I really did not expect to see that on the Wii.
Exactly. A lot of people were expecting maybe
that
Galaxy
looks fun
3.
As hell.
It does. A lot of people are like, "Oh no, it's just the 3DS one." I'm like, "Well, it's a little bit bigger than the 3DS one." I think a lot of people were just expecting Super Mario Galaxy 3, or maybe a
Super Mario Universe,
or a true successor to Super Mario 64. Well, Galaxy, I guess, is a successor, but they're looking for
Galaxy
something
is
like
the next logical progression. It was 64, Sunshine, and then Galaxy, and those use a very different type of system. They use a hub-based system as opposed to the more linear system of the handheld ones and the new Super Mario Brothers ones, which I like that they have the two different types of Mario games.
Yeah.
Like the one that's a more traditional 3D platformer than the one that is like the traditional side-scrolling platform with the linear levels, but then now they're adding in the 3D element to it, which I think is one of the best ways of doing these kind of games.
And one thing I really liked about Super Mario 3D World is that it's going to be 4-player multiplayer again, but you're going to have Luigi, Toad, and Princess Peach, and their powers are
Mario based 2. Off their Super Mario 2.
That I like. I was like, Peach will be able to hover, Luigi will have that little long jump with the
flutter jump,
the flutter jump, and Toad will run faster. That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, it's not.
I'm
it's
down
not like
with that. I like that idea a lot.
It's not like Super Mario Brothers, New Super Mario Brothers Wii or Wii U, where it's just you got Mario, Luigi, and two different colored Toads, and they're all the same. At least you have different abilities. Everyone's different. It's like Super Mario Brothers 2. I always wish they would do something like that, even though it's not really the real Mario 2. It's still whatever.
Who cares? It was still
really a good game. And I really wish they would do something like that, and it looks like they're going to do it with this. So I'm really happy. I'm really excited for that. That's one of the things that maybe will get me to get a Wii U now.
I've actually really started liking the Mario games because I haven't played most of them in a while. The most recent one I played was Super Mario Galaxy, but I was running out of Club Nintendo coins. They're about to expire, so I bought one of their on-demand games, and I ended up buying Super Mario Brothers 3. And I played through that, and that game still holds up really well even today. And they've always had really good platformers. They just knew how to get the movement down.
Yeah.
And they've always just had consistently fun games. They might not be pushing the envelope of what the system's capable of, but they're always really fun and really well designed.
Yeah. A great game is not measured by how many polygons you can push or how big your texture graphics are. It's all about fun. Yeah. And the next one looks pretty fun too, Mario Kart 8, and they're incorporating
Mario Kart 8. Yeah, they didn't have a new Mario Kart for the Wii U, so they got to have that out. Mario Kart seems to be their kind of every system. They got to have a Mario Kart for it. They got Mario Kart for the DS, they got Mario Kart for the Wii, so they got Mario Kart for the Wii U. Yeah, and I'd imagine you'd use the controller. You would show like the map on the screen or something, and it has what does it have like 4-player offline multiplayer, and then up to 16 players online.
Yeah, and they're introducing. I guess they're going to have the propeller blade, so you can drive underwater. The hand glider from 7's back as well, where you can glide. Now they're introducing anti-gravity, where you're able to go upside down on the wall. When I saw Mario like driving up the wall and I saw the wheels turn in, the only thing I could think of was roads.
Back to the Future.
We don't need roads. That's exactly what I was thinking, but it looks like a lot of fun. Hopefully, the one thing, if I can complain about one thing about the Mario Kart games for the last little while, is their rubber band AI, where you can get the first place, but you can't really get the first place. So someone's always going to get that blue turtle shell or something to hop ahead.
Well, that's why you play it online or you play it with friends. I almost never play Mario Kart in a private setting. The last time I did that was on the DS, and I just play on the 100 or 50 cc just so I can win. I don't want to have to worry about fighting to get through it. I just want to win. Who cares?
And okay, what was after Mario Kart? Oh, I think it was
Mario Kart 8. They had this announcement for because a lot of people have been using the drawing tools on the Miiverse, so they added they announced a new system for that. They're working with Art Academy to create new drawing tools for the Miiverse, which I hope that it would be just integrated into it and allowed free, but who knows?
A lot of people on Twitter were talking about why Art Academy? Why not make Mario Paint you? Let's bring back Mario Paint.
That actually could work because they have with the new system. I mean, just put it on the fucking Virtual Console. Let's put Mario Paint on the Virtual Console and let use the Wii U as the mouse.
Yeah, I think they would have to completely reconstruct that. I think though before they went to I got the list of third-party stuff here. Before they went to the third-party, they talked about two titles that they had to delay, which is Wii Party U and the Wii Fit U. Wii Party U. Wii Party U. I don't know if a whole lot of people are going to get into it because like a lot of people were like, "Where's Mario Party 10? We want Mario Party 10."
Isn't Wii Party essentially the same thing?
Yeah, just no Mario characters, so people aren't really that interested in it. You play as your Mii. I see some of the mini games that it looks fun. It looks like a Mario Party game.
It's just a reskinning, honestly. It's why are people complaining about that? It's the same fucking game. It's just it doesn't have the Mario characters.
I think the charm of the Mario Party games is that with the Mario characters and the whole like the Bowser Revolution and all that. Like, I mean, if you get four guys in a room playing that, drinking, like you're gonna have some fun. I like watching on Screw Attack their Mario Party After Dark where they do a live stream at like midnight. They drink heavily. They tell each other to fuck off. And that's a good time. To me, that's Mario Party. But you know, if it's families don't tell your kids to fuck off because they steal your star. Yeah, so I got the list here because Satoru Iwata started talking about the third party. They had a lot of
third-party games, but they also had a bunch that they didn't. They didn't show it during the Nintendo Direct conference, but they still announced it as part of E3, which was weird.
All right, going down the list right now. So we got Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag. Oh, sorry. What? Right.
Yeah, you went into that yesterday.
Sorry. I'm burnt out on
Assassin's Creed 4. You're burnt out on Assassin's Creed and burnt out on Pirates, so.
Not really on Pirates, but anyway, Batman Arkham Origins, and they showed Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate for the 3DS.
Which seems to be a 3DS exclusive, possibly, or at least like it's sort of a side-scrolling beat-em-up thing.
Looks like it's going to be its own separate game. It's side-scrolling, so we'll have to wait and see. Square Enix is going to come out with Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut, which I assume is just going to be the game with all the DLC. Was there DLC?
Probably with the DLC and I believe improved boss battles, because thank goodness.
Yeah. Disney Infinity will be coming out in a couple months.
I have not heard anything about Disney Infinity. It looks almost like a Kingdom Hearts without the Square Enix aspect.
Disney Infinity is actually Disney Interactive's forte into the Skylanders. There's gonna be this pad that you can get, and you're gonna be able to buy figures to put on it to unlock them, just like in Skylanders.
Interesting.
So I think when you buy it, it's going to come packaged with Captain Jack Sparrow, Sully from Monsters Inc., Monsters University, and Mr. Incredible, I think. And then there's others that you can buy, like Buzz Lightyear and Woody. And I don't know the whole gamut of everything, but yeah, that's coming out. Just Dance 2014, we were talking about that. Rayman Legends, which should have been out by now, but
yeah, it should have been out, but it's been delayed. But,
Scribblenauts Unmasked, a DC Comics event.
They have a tie-in with Scribblenauts and the DC universe. Okay.
Yeah.
I honestly did not see that coming.
I just hope that if you need to summon Batman, you have to type in "I am the Knight." Disney Planes, which looks like the flying levels of Sonic and Sega All-Stars Transformed. That's the vibe I got from it.
I'm surprised that they're just advertising a movie tie-in title. I mean, I guess they can do a lot of creative things with the planes, but why is that one of their big third-party systems?
Is this a movie that's coming out from Disney?
Yes, it's set in the same universe as Cars.
Oh dear God! This is news to me, folks. I didn't know about this.
Yeah, it's set in the same universe as Cars. It's called Planes.
As long as Larry the Cable Guy's not in it, I'll be fine. They also announced
Shin Megami Tensei 4.
Thank you for saying that. I was going to butcher it. I don't know too much about the series, but that's it's going to be on the 3DS. So you Atlas fans out there, yeah, get your.
If you want your JRPG fix of super hard games on the go, there you go.
Well, like I said, speaking of Skylanders, there's going to be a new one, Swap Force. Don't know too much more about that. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Blacklist, Sonic Lost World, which I'm really
Supersonic Galaxy.
That actually looks really good.
It looks like Supersonic Galaxy.
That's not a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing.
True enough.
It could be worse. Could be running around with a sword.
Yeah. He could be walking around with a sword.
Yeah, the last thing walking.
And clipping through the walls and shit.
Watch Dogs was the last thing they showed, so...
I mean, a lot of people have complained that Nintendo is like so far behind all the others. Watch Dogs is coming out on the Wii U. Your argument is invalid. Like, Watch Dogs, it just looks incredible, and that's coming to the Wii U. The Wii U can handle it.
And after that, Satoru Iwata went into the indie focus with the Nintendo eShop and indie developers. We saw Ballpoint Universe.
Ballpoint Bureau, I think it's called.
Yeah, something to do with this looks like an action platformer, but everything looked like it was sketched on a piece of loose leaf
it almost sounds like what was that one game that you like draw your own character?
Drawn to Life.
Yeah, Drawn to Life.
I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I think it was for the DS.
Yeah.
Cloudberry Kingdom. Don't know too much about that one. Coastal Crazy Deluxe. Again, that's nothing that was in my radar. Well, we all know this is coming out for all the consoles anyway, and I'm super excited for it. DuckTales Remastered.
DuckTales Remastered. It looked really good. Even at the 240p stream, it looked really cool.
Yeah. And I encourage anyone listening to this, and anyone, if you're a fan of old school Capcom Disney NES games, get this game because Way Forward has said if this sells well, they're going to push to make HD remakes of other classic games. Like, they want to make a Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers remake. They want to make a Disney Aladdin remake, the Super Nintendo version, not the...
That was back when when tie-ins to TV and TV and movies actually worked.
Yeah.
When they were actually good.
And we got Dungeons and Dragons Chronicles of Mystara, which those are the arcade games.
It seems to be a port of the arcade game.
Yeah, that's actually coming out in a couple weeks to 360, PS3, and I think Wii U that'll be coming out for that. Mutant Mudds Deluxe. I saw this at another Nintendo Direct, or I think I saw this on a podcast or something somewhere. It's an interesting little platformer shooter where you can, like Wario Land Virtual Boy, you can jump in and out of the foreground and background.
Huh.
So that's going to be neat. That's a game I wish Nintendo would remake and re-release. The Wario Land.
Cruise. Wario Cruise.
Yeah. We got
Oddworld New and Tasty.
Yeah, I talked a little bit about that last night with the Sony press conference. Scram Kitty and His Buddy on Rails.
Never heard of that.
It looks kind of like it looks like it's going to be like a touch-based puzzler, like, this thing's going to go down a chute and you have to use your stylus on the Wii U pad, or if it's a 3DS game with the stylus, just pull the things apart to kind of get them going. Shovel Knight, which had a really successful Kickstarter to get funded, is going to be on the eShop. I've seen stuff like this. It's like a cross between Castlevania and DuckTales, because you're a knight, you got a shovel, and you can use it like a pogo stick, like Scrooge McDuck. So I'm really looking forward to that one.
I'm just thinking about the shoveler from Mystery Men.
Oh, right. I never actually saw that movie beginning to end. So then we get
and of course they finished it up with World of Keflings.
That surprised me because that's an Xbox game.
I wonder why they're jumping ship from Microsoft.
We skipped over Spin the Bottle, Bumpy's Party.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea what that is.
It seems to be another one of those weird, puzzle party game things.
Alright, so now I think after that they moved on to Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD.
It looked okay. Again, I was watching it in 240p. So the thing that was really interesting about it was they removed the tingle tuner from the original game, because when I played through it on the Wii, so I couldn't use the tingle tuner anyway. So they're turning it into the tingle bottle. So you can actually put messages in the bottles and throw them into the ocean, and that'll wash up on the shores of other people that are playing the game. And it's honestly kind of a stupid idea, but it actually sounds pretty damn cool. Yeah. If that makes any sense.
I can tell you, if for some reason I get that game, and I'm probably not, because I own it for GameCube, and I've got the link cable from a GBA, so I'll be fine there. But if for some reason I decide to do that, and a bottle washes up that says, hey, kind of stuck on this temple, did this and this, what do I do? They're going to get a bottle that says GameFAQs.com. And one thing that surprised me is that after they did the trailer, which kind of looked like the same trailer from years past when they first announced the game back in 2001, 2002. When did that come? Like that. When did it come out? Yeah, Iwata was talking about how the game plays and how you do this, and I was like, people already know this. This game's been out for 10 years.
Well, they were mostly talking about the new graphic, how the new cell shading look to it, and how it looks in HD. Which the parts that I did look different. They do look really cool. It looks almost like carved toys, sort of.
Yeah.
It has a really nice cartoony look to it.
I think they talked about. Then I think after that he went into the Platinum Games games. So Wonderful 101, which I still don't know a whole lot about. It kind of looks like a lot of people were comparing it to Pikmin for combining your heroes together.
It's kind of strange. It's like Pikmin meets Voltron.
And we finally got we got a new trailer and some gameplay footage for Bayonetta 2, the Wii U exclusive.
I don't know what to think about Bayonetta. I mean, she's got guns in her shoes. What?
I haven't finished Bayonetta 1. I mean, it's not a bad game, but it's not one of those oh my god, I need to get a Wii U just for Bayonetta.
It's God of War with a female, really.
I mean, I appreciate the fact that Nintendo is helping to fund this game so that it can actually get released, because without Nintendo, this was not going to go on any other console. So I appreciate that, but just for me, Bayonetta wasn't one of those titles that just makes me go, I need to get this system in order to get the game. I mean, if I end up getting a Wii U, I am probably going to play that game. So, we'll have to wait and see. I think what was after Bayonetta?
They had Donkey Kong Country
Tropical Freeze.
Yes, the new HD Donkey Kong Country game. It looks like pretty much the same Donkey Kong Country as we've seen, like Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Yeah, and a Return of Dixie Kong.
Return of Dixie Kong, and she plays slightly differently than the others, which is
nice. Really, Iwata? It's not like I played Donkey Kong Country 2 or 3 on the Super Nintendo. Not like anyone else can. Oh, wait, you took it off of the Wii Virtual Console. Bravo. Oh, yeah, almost a year ago. It's been gone.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, so. I have the homebrew channel on it, so I can just play it on an emulator.
Ooh, bad, TestZero. I have the same thing. Yeah, whatever. I think after that was the game that we've all been waiting for.
No, they had one more announcement that was actually pretty cool. It was from...
I completely forgot about that.
It's from the creators of Xenogears, Xenoblade, Xenosaga. The new game is just called X. It's just codenamed X.
I'm looking forward to that.
It seems to be an open-world Xeno game, which, I mean, it looks gorgeous for knowing that this is on a Nintendo system, a system that's been very underpowered in recent... I probably went into this before, but knowing that it's on a Nintendo system that's been underpowered, it looks really gorgeous for that. It looks like it's running on a PS3.
Yeah, I'm excited because I'm actually going back to do the Xenosaga. I managed to. I've had one for a long time. I managed to pick up 2 really cheap at a pawn shop. And if I can get 3, I'm gonna try and marathon all 3 of those. Because I've heard nothing but good things about it.
I have the original Xenogears on the PS1, and I actually bought that new not when it first came out, but I bought it new back in the early 2000s. And I still have the case, but I don't know where any of the fucking discs are.
Ooh. That's rough. All right. Well, yeah, that was the. I can't believe I completely forgot about that. I was actually jacked for that one. But now after that, it's the one that every Nintendo
And everybody
fan
knew was
been
coming.
wondering.
Everybody knew it was going to be happening. I did not expect them to change the name of it, but Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U and 3DS. That seems to be the official name of it. It's not Super Smash Brothers Universe.
Yeah,
which would have. Honestly, that I could have used. I wouldn't have minded if they used that name, but
what I kind of understand with this trailer is that the 3DS and Wii U look completely different. Like the 3DS one has more of a cel shaded cartoony look to it, and the Wii U version is like Brawl. It's nice shiny HD graphics. And we only got one new. At first they only announced one new combatant, as opposed to the first Brawl trailer where we got what, Zero Suit Samus, Wario,
and
Pit,
and Diddy Kong
and Meta Knight.
Meta Knight and Diddy
yeah.
Kong.
Oh, was Diddy Kong announced in that trailer? I can't remember.
I think so.
And then after that, then they fade out, and then we got Snake and Campbell,
and
Snake
and then of course
this
and
one
then
we only
Sonic
get.
shows the fuck up.
Yeah, that Sonic came quite a bit later in another trailer, but in this one it was just we get the villager. Actually, it opened up on Animal Crossing with the villager.
He gets a letter and he's like, oh, cool! Like, I've been summoned somewhere. I thought that was a cute way of doing it.
You have been chosen to fight. Really, you
better than notifying them with shurikens to the house.
Oh, are we referring to DOA the movie?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, we got that announcement, and then we got new challenger approaching, and it was the one that everyone had pretty much guessed and had been wanting since it started. Mega Man.
Mega Man. He looks like he's going to be really fun, because he's going to have all these powers based off of the previous Robot Masters, because I guess this is supposed to be canon after he's defeated, like, the first 3 or 4 games.
Actually, it's more into 8, because he has Slashman's ability. Slashman was only in 7? No, 8. 7 was on Super... Oh God, I can't remember. There's so many freaking Robot Masters, I can't remember what was what. But
they must have like at least 200 Robot Masters. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, 1 for each, or 8 for each game. So, except for the first one, there was only 6. So, but from the powers I did see, he's going to have the Metal Blade, which is the go-to weapon in Mega Man 2.
Yeah. And of course, when he switched to the Metal Blade, it actually changed the music, and I could not help but think, I have not done a video game bunker in a while.
Can you do some Mega Mans?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Oh yeah, new Smash Brothers. Did they put the date on? I think they said 2014.
They did not. Well, they just said 2014.
Yeah,
so I guess I'll be picking up a Wii U in 2014 for that.
Yeah, and I'll be picking up a 3DS as well. Actually, I'll be picking up one soon because Project X Zone is coming out soon, and I really want to play that. But yeah, that was Nintendo. So now,
then there are a lot of other games that they announced, but they didn't show in the Nintendo Direct conference. They showed Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds.
What?
Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds. It's set in the same world as Link to the Past.
Oh yeah, they showed that in the last Nintendo Direct. The last month or 2 months ago, one of the two.
And they got Yoshi's New Island, and they also had one thing announced for Yoshi's Yarn, which I only saw one image of it, and I wasn't even sure. I'm not even sure it's actually called Yoshi's Yarn, but it seems to use a very similar art style as Kirby's Epic Yarn, except it's like a 3D look, so Yoshi's like stitched out of yarn and stuff.
That looks kind of cool.
Mario and Luigi Dream Team, and sort of another 3DS game. They seems to play sideways, so that there's not enough games that do that, because there's the option for it, but not anybody does that. I think the one third-party game that did that, they did stuff like Hotel Dusk kind of did that, and the Brain Age games, and they did one with they did like the Ninja Gaiden, played it sideways. But yeah, that was the Nintendo conference, and our thoughts on it. I honestly think Nintendo seems to be the one company that still seems to be dedicated to making video games. And you didn't see them talking about like this. You did sort of see them talking about the social networking features, but it was still part of Nintendo. They weren't talking about how you could integrate this with Facebook or Twitter or all the Netflix stuff. And they didn't spend 20 minutes showing out how big of a giant leap forward their new sports and racing engine is in terms of graphics. They're like, oh, look at all these polygons. Look at all these 10 billion polygons. It's like, no, it's just games. We got fun games coming up. We got Mario. We got Smash Brothers. We got Bayonetta with her tits and short hair. It's just about games. And they're the only company that really seems to be doing that.
Exactly. Yeah, so I guess the floor is open now. All the press are on the floor right now as we speak, getting hands-on with these great games. I think my local Future Shop here, I think that, I don't know, no, actually, no, it's not. Nintendo said, though, that most of their game demos would be available at Best Buys. And for me here, it's Best Buy and Future Shop, but only in like the big city. So if I want to play in these demos, I'd actually have to drive 3 hours out of town to go play them. But I'll be content with YouTube videos.
Yeah, I think this is one of the most impressive E3s in a while. And we had the 2 console reveals, the Microsoft's bullshit business practices aside. I think 2014 is shaping up to be a really big year for gaming.
And I think we can all agree the big winner this E3 was PlayStation, when Sony. I mean, I just got more information as we're talking here. More information about the specs of the PS4. 500 gigabyte hard drive installed. That can be upgradable, and it's not region locked. So if you're an importer, really cool. And if you're like me and you really want that Kamen Rider Battle War that's out, don't even have to worry about. Well, actually, no, it's on PS3. So, if they want to make future Kamen Rider games for PS4, I'll be happy because I'll just be able to order it online and have it shipped to me, and I'll be able to play it. Not understand what the hell's going on, but I'll still have fun.
Sony really did seem to come out quite ahead this year, but Nintendo is just kind of staying the course. They didn't really do anything groundbreaking this year, but they announced a lot of fun games, and if you are interested in those kind of games, there's plenty there for you to choose from. I think one of the biggest flaws of the Wii U was a lack of its really killer apps, but I think Nintendo is starting to get a lot of really good ones this year.
Exactly. Well, I think that's it.
And I think we're going to see a major paradigm shift ahead. Developers and publishers are going to really decide what they want to do with this industry, because I think Microsoft's choices are going to lead to a lot of consumers reevaluating their choices. They are torn right now that Nintendo or Microsoft thinks that they can do this to them. I saw one person who posted a rant that the gamers made the Xbox what it was, and the gamers can take that away from them as well. But let's not talk about how stupid Microsoft was. Let's talk about how fun this E3 was and how great we're going to be seeing a lot of cool stuff happening in 2014.
Yeah, this is probably one of the more memorable E3s as far as press conferences go. We still got today, tomorrow of people, going around demoing all these games, more stuff being reported on. So there's still a lot more to talk about.
Yeah, so until then, Johnny, where can they find you?
They can find me at youtube.com/achievementwhorejohn.
And they can find me at youtube.com/DragonSlayerProd, and you can find us both at reviewersunknown.com. Everybody, take care.
Love you.